So in the previous class, I have given only the introduction of tenses. Now in this class, I am going to explain the definition of tenses and how many tenses are there. Okay, children. So before going into the lesson, I know most of you will speak in English, but some of the children, they will do some minor mistakes while speaking in English or while writing the sentences. So if you want to write correct without making mistakes, or if you want to speak without any mistakes, you must learn tenses, because tenses plays very important role in our day-to-day conversation. So today I am going to explain you about the tenses and how many types of tenses, and in our daily use where we use this tenses. I will explain you in detail, and everyone please pay attention to the class, and after completion of the class you can raise your doubts. Okay, children? So let's start. First, I have written on the board that tenses, and if you say, first you have to know what is a tense. So first you have to know the definition of a tense. So just tense is time of an action. So what is the definition of tense, children? Tense is time of an action. So tense will tell us when the action has been done. Okay, children? So once again I am saying, what is a tense? Tense is nothing but time of an action. So what is the definition of tense? Tense is time of an action, and this time will tell us when action has been done, either present or tomorrow or yesterday. So whatever the actions which you are doing from morning till going to sleep will tell us when you have done that action. Now if you take in tenses, we have three main tenses are there, children. That is present tense, past tense and future tense. So the three main tenses are present, past and future. Okay, children? And in Telugu also you can call them as present tense, you call it as Vartamana Kalam, and past tense you call it as Bhuta Kalam, and in future tense you can call it as Bhavishyat Kalam. So I think you have learned in your Telugu language or in Hindi also about this tenses. Now again this present tense has been divided into four sub-tenses, children. Present tense has divided into four sub-tenses, that is simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Same way, past tense also has divided into four sub-tenses, that is simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. When it's come to future tense, again they have four divisions, that is simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. So overall we have 12 tenses. First three main tenses are present, past, future, and each tense is divided into four subdivisions, that is present, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous, like same in past and future. So overall we are going to learn about 12 tenses. So far is it clear, children? So once again I am repeating it. So what is the tense? Tense is nothing but time of an action, and we have three main tenses, that is present tense, past tense and future tense, and each tense has divided into four, that is present, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So overall in this class we are going to learn about 12 tenses. Is it clear to everyone? So just we will move on to first, what is simple present tense. And you know, children, this simple present tense we use in our day-to-day life. Nearly 90% of this simple present tense we are going to use. So first I will tell you what is definition of simple present tense. So if you say simple present tense used to describe an action that happens regularly. Okay, children. So what is the present tense? Present tense is nothing but used to describe an action that happens regularly. So please make a note of it, regularly. So simple present tense tells the action that happens regularly. Okay, children. Now, if you want to how to identify the simple present tense means you have to remember some key point or keywords. Now, if you see that what are the keywords? Regularly, habitually, every day, always. Okay, children. So these are the keywords you have to remember when you want to identify the simple present tense. So if you in any sentence, if you come across these words like regularly, habitually, every day, or always, it is a simple present tense. So I have said the definition of the simple present tense and also keywords. Now you have to know the structure. So structure of simple present tense will be subject plus V1, that is a base form of verb form, and second object. So this is the structure of simple present tense, that is subject plus V1 plus object. So again you may get the doubt what is V1. In earlier class I explained you about the verb forms. So how many verb forms are there, children? We have 5 verb forms, that is base form is V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. And I already said the base form of V1 we always use in the simple present tense. V2 we use in the past tense. V3 we use in the perfect tense. And V4 we use in continuous form, or we can call V4 as ing form, and V5 like adding E or ES to the verb. Okay, children? So here the structure of simple present tense is subject plus V1 plus object. So I'll go with one example. So example of simple present tense. So for example, I eat a mango. Okay, children? So can you please tell me what is the verb forms of eat? So verb forms of eat is V1 is eat, V2 is ate, V3 is eaten, V4 is eating, and V5 is eats. Now V1 is a base form we use for present, V2 we use for past, V3 we use for perfect, and V4 we use for continuous, and V5 we add S or ES to the verb. Okay, children? So just I am refreshing your mind about the verb forms, because when you are writing some framing sentence in tenses, you must know the verb forms. Without knowing verb forms, it is highly impossible for you to frame a sentence. Okay, children? Now, for example, simple present tense. What is the example? I eat a mango. I is what here? Subject. Eat is the what? V1. That is the base form. Okay, children? And a mango is the object. Is it clear, children? So, what is simple present tense and what are the keywords of simple present tense? What is the structure of simple present tense? And with example, I have explained to you. So, simple present tense is nothing but used to describe an action that happens regularly. Or you can take one more example. I go to temple regularly. One more example also you can write for simple present tense. Like I eat a mango, or you can take I go to temple regularly. Okay, children. So with this example, I think you have made it clear that simple present tense nothing but used to describe an action that happens regularly, and these are the keywords you have to remember. And the structure of simple present tense is subject plus V1 plus object, and this is an example. So if you want to write the tenses perfectly, you have to know the verb forms are very, very important, children. So we have 5 verb forms, that is V1 base form, that is used in present tense, V2 past, V3 in the perfect, V4 in the continuous, and V5 we add S or ES to the verb. So if I have taken example of eat, what is the present form of eat? Past is ate, eaten, eating, and eats. Now, same way I have taken the simple present tense now, go. Okay, children. And what can you say? What is the past form or V2, V3, V4 or V5 form of go? So, say, go, went, gone, going, goes. Okay, children. So this is the verb form of go. Go, went, gone, going, and goes. Is it clear, children? So far you have understood now. So what is tense? And also what are the 3 main tenses, that is present, past and for future, and these are the sub tenses, and I have explained you what is the simple present tense, keywords, structure with example. Now we will move to next tense is simple past tense. Okay, children. So simple past. Past, I think you have come across this word past, isn't it? Past means the action which has happened. Okay, so simple past is nothing but describes an action that happened in the past. Okay, so I'll go with the definition. What is a simple past? Used to describe an action that happened in the past. Okay, children. So what is the definition of simple past? Simple past is nothing but used to describe an action that happened in the past. Okay, so now how to identify the simple past in a sentence? So you have to know the keywords. So these keywords will help you to identify whether the sentence is in the present, past or in the future. Now if you say, you can see the words last month, yesterday, 2 days ago, last year. Okay, children. So these are the keywords to remember and also to identify whether the tense is in the present, past or in future. So if you say the last month, yesterday, 2 days ago or last year. Okay, children. Now, structure. So what is the structure of simple present tense? If you take subject plus V2 plus object. So this is the structure of simple past tense. That is the subject, V2 plus object. Okay, children. Now we will take one example. I ate a mango. Okay, children. So if you say here, I ate a mango. Is it clear, children? So here I already said what is the verb form, because I am taking only one example. That is, I am taking verb form is eat. So eat is a V1, and what is the past form of eat is, children? Ate. So ate. Ate is the V2 form. So I ate a mango. Is it clear, children? I ate a mango. Or else you can take I went to temple yesterday. Here also, what is the went? And what is the past form of go? Is went. So you can say, I went to temple yesterday. So these are the definition, keyword, structure, and example of simple past. Okay, children? I think so far you are clear. Once again, we will revise. What is simple past is nothing but an action that happened in the past. Okay, whatever the actions that happened in the past, we call it as simple past. Okay, children? And what are the keywords to me remember? That is the last month, yesterday, 2 days ago, last year. So these are the keywords. And what is the structure of simple past? That is subject plus V2 plus object. And examples, if you say, I ate a mango. I is the subject, ate is a V2, mango is a object. Now here if you say I is the subject, went is V2 form, to temple yesterday. Is it clear, children? So we have discussed what is tense, how many types of tenses are there, and what is simple present tense, and what is simple past tense. Now last tense, that is the main tense, is future tense. And once again I am saying to you, children, if you want to write correct tenses, verb forms are very, very important. So please, you have to memorize the verb forms. So whenever you are using in a conversation, we always use the verb forms. So please, everyone, you have to do remember the verb forms. Now we move to last, that is future tense. So simple future tense now used to describe an action that happens in the future. Okay, children. So what is simple future tense is nothing but describe an action, describes an action that happens in the future. So in future something is going. If I ask any student what you want to become, he will say, I will become a doctor, I will become an engineer, or I will become a lawyer. You know, they will say. So in future, what do you want to become in future means they will always say, I will. So you can notice the sentence. You can, if you observe, if I ask what do you want to become, I will become a doctor. I will become a doctor. So here, what you are using that word will. Okay, children. So now come to the keywords. What are the keywords we use in future tense? That is tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, okay, children. So these are the keywords are there in future tense, that is tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. Now if you come to the structure, and what is the structure of this? Subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object. When you are using the future tense, we should always use the helping verb, that is will, shall, and also we have to use in the present form, that is V1. Now I will take the same example of this. I will or will write. She will write tomorrow. Okay, children? Or else you can take one more example. I will come tomorrow. I will. She will come tomorrow. Okay, children? So in this structure, if you say subject, will, shall plus V1 plus object will be there, children. Now what is the example? She will write tomorrow, or she will come tomorrow. So this is about the tenses, that is three main tenses were simple present tense, past tense, and future tense. Is it clear, children? So this class we have discussed what is the definition of tense and how many types of what are the three main tenses, and each tense has divided into 4 subtenses. So overall we have 12 tenses, children, and in detail I explained about the definition of each tense with the keywords, structure, and examples. Okay, children, is it clear? So next class we are going to discuss about the subtenses, that is continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. We are going to discuss in the next class. Thank you, children.